Hi guys, it's Miss Byrne. I'm here today and trying to think of some fun things to do. And so I thought of the perfect activity for you guys to try. It's a challenge, so you have to be up for a challenge. And it's something that I've done with my third graders in the past. And whenever we did it, whenever we tried it, they loved it. No, they didn't love it. They became obsessed with it. They would go home, they would try it over and over and over on their own just for fun. Are you wondering what it is? I'm going to show you an example of one. This is my little frog. Oh no, he worked so much better a second ago. Okay, he's going to jump. This is my little frog I made that's origami. Okay, so origami is just like the art of folding paper into different shapes that are awesome. So now that I've kind of described it, you've probably heard of it before. And it's one of those things that there's many options, there's many examples and tutorials online. And so if you see this screen that I have for you here. This is the website I've used in the past for my students to try. The reason I like it is because it kind of like puts them into categories, or you can pick easy origami, and then every single see, I'll show you. Every single object they have that you can make has like these stars to show you the difficulty level. So maybe you can start with the ones that have 1 star or try the others with 2. So before you start, I wanted to kind of give you some pointers on how to get started. So the first thing that is very important when you're doing any origami is that you have to have actually a square piece of paper. Okay, so most paper, like if you get computer paper out of your parents' printer or something, is actually in a rectangle, and construction paper is too. So I have a really easy trick of what you can do to make a rectangle into a square, and you know it's going to be a perfect square. So let me see if I can kind of fold this down and you can see. I know it's not the best here, but if you take the corner of your rectangle and you fold it down, and then you make it kind of slide it down so that the edges now match up. You fold it, it should look something like this. There we go. Then you just cut this part off, and then you know it's going to be a perfect square. Okay, I'm going to cut that part off. Try to do your best to cut right on the line. So now I've taken that rectangle and bam, I made it into a perfect square. So now I can use this piece to make some origami. Now I've tested out different types of paper. I first started with construction paper because I thought that'd be better because it already is like the color of the object I'm making. But actually, it was a little tough. Construction paper is a little thicker. So when I had to like fold all of these folds over and over again on top of each other, the construction paper was a little bit tricky to do all of those folds. So even though it looks nice because it's already in the color, I would probably suggest just regular old computer paper, which is what you probably have anyways. You could even do loose leaf paper if you want and still do the same trick. I'm going to show you one more time how to make a rectangle into a square. Okay, so take the corner, slide it down until this edge matches this edge, and then crease it, and then cut off this part. Okay. And now I have a square. Okay, so that's my first tip. You need to have square pieces. My next tip is that you need to have perseverance. This skill or activity reminds me of Rosie Revere, engineer, because she kind of gave us an example of how she wanted to do something so bad. She tried it the first time and, didn't quite do it perfectly and successfully. And so she got discouraged and disappointed. And that's probably going to happen with you. That happened with me when I was trying to make my frog. I kept getting discouraged and disappointed, but you can't give up, okay? Keep trying, do it over and over, keep watching the videos until you start to get good at it, okay? More practice makes your brain stronger and your abilities stronger too to be able to do something. Okay, so don't give up just because you can't do it the first time. You're never going to learn anything if you don't try something new. Okay, and then my other tip is that when you're watching a video on the origami, pause the video where you are and maybe rewind or watch it a couple times so that you can see each step perfectly. And lastly, when you're folding, try not to pick up the paper, fold the paper and then pick it up and look at it all different ways, because you really want to keep it on your table the same direction that you just folded it, so you can see where the teacher or the person giving the example is pulling the next corner or the next piece from. If you pick it up and have turned it, then you're going to be pulling the wrong piece. So you got to keep it where it is, okay? So you can try some ideas from this website. I'm going to put a link to it for you. Here's the categories to start, or maybe you just want to start with easy ones, okay? Be careful not to get tricked. Some of these websites have to do advertisements on them, and the advertisements have buttons that look like you're supposed to click them. Like where it says open here, you really aren't supposed to open that. If you notice, it's in this box that has this in the corner, and then it pops up that this is an ad. Okay, so it's trying to trick you to click that. Same with this one, okay? The other ones I'm going to attach for you are if you'd like to make, oh, I guess I can't switch tabs here. If you'd like to make a monster bookmark that bookmarks in the corner of your book, I'm going to include that link for you. And then I think the other one is the frog one. So if you want to try the frog, okay? All right, I miss you lots. Here's what I want you to do. Try some origami, take a picture of your completed origami, and see if you can post your picture on Google Classroom or maybe even email it to me. Okay, guys, miss you. Have some fun.